Bonjour everyone. I'm really not sure how well you'll be able to see me in this because it is just gone 10 past 6 in the morning here in Paris. That's quite pretty. I didn't realise the Eiffel Tower was right there. Yeah. I knew it was nearby, but I didn't see it when I got out of the subway station, so there you go. That's quite nice, isn't it? I'm here at the Palais de Chaillot. Palais de Chaillot? Not really sure. And I'm going on, it's technically my last day in Paris, but once again I'm doing that thing where I'm not actually spending it in Paris. I am heading off to Normandy, which is of course where D-Day happened, where the boats came ashore for D-Day in the north of France. And there's a whole bunch of history all around that. They landed on Omaha Beach, which we're going to visit. We're visiting American War Cemetery. Hopefully we'll be able to see Mont Saint-Michel, which is a beautiful cathedral on an island over there. And I'm not sure if we visit Rouen or not, but I think we're just going to have to wait and see on that one. It should be an absolutely fascinating trip. I once again for some reason have not slept, but it is a 4-hour bus journey to Normandy from Paris, which is why we're here so early. Now we're meeting at 6:30 to get moving by 7, which means we'll be in Normandy about 11, and that should give me enough time to get in a decent snooze on the bus. That was my thinking anyway. And then another 4 hours after the tour is done. So I think I may have pulled off a madness here, but only one way to find out really, isn't there? So we shall see. We've got about 20 minutes to wait because like I said we're meeting at 6:30, but yeah, really looking forward to this one. Been looking forward to it for a while. Exciting. Okay, so first key note to mention, and I should have figured this out because it's one of the great victories. I think I'm the only non-American on this tour, so that's going to be interesting by the end of the day. As you know, I tend to lose my patience quite quickly with Americans, so that'll be interesting. I've already gotten annoyed at one because he got way up in somebody else's face, and basically the lady who was taking our names, he got right up in her face, and then when he gave the names he just stood there for another 2 minutes in the middle of where everybody was trying to get to this girl to tell them their names, and it's just no thought of anybody else. And of course with it being size go down to the beach in a moment. So, but this bit that we're about to walk up to is what we learned about this morning at Utah Beach. And that is, not plan, can't think of the word now, Operation Neptune. Is all of that. So we only learned about a part of Operation Neptune this morning, and to be fair, I thought it was a whole lot. I was wrong. I'm more than happy to admit when I'm wrong. But this next bit is both incredibly harrowing and incredibly interesting at the same time. So what we are about to see are the names of basically the names of all of the missing people. So comrades in arms whose resting places known only to God. And it's interesting, we're told that if they've been found, they get a black dot next to their name. I'm wondering if that's it there. Ooh. From Georgia, Roy G. Bishop. Maybe his body got found. So yeah, they don't scratch off the names if you have been found. There's another one there, so I'm guessing that is what it is. Yeah, they don't scratch off the names, they just put a black dot there, which meant that person was missing for a while, but they found his body eventually. And they do say that a lot of these, there's 1,557 lost souls in the service of their country and sleep in unknown graves. And they say that potentially about 800 of these were on one single boat that got shelled and sunk off Schönberg where we were this morning. And here, yeah, you see more of these bodies that are found. David Mesereau, Arthur Mello, William McGowan. So that we've made it around about half of this now. You can see the other half of it there. That is a lot, guys. That is a lot. And you think these family of all of these that don't have the black dots anyway, would have not had any closure whatsoever about their loved ones or anything like that. So that must have been incredibly difficult to deal with, I think. Just on a human level, just not knowing exactly what's happened to those that you love is yeah, man, that's not easy, that's tough. That's real tough. And a lot of these men were probably younger than me as well. I'm 33. A lot of these guys were probably early 20s. Some of them probably even teenagers. But yeah, that's crazy. I'm keeping on the camera and I am waffling a little bit at this point, because we are going down to actually hopefully see Omaha Beach from the viewpoint just over here. And this one is actually a beach, it's not like Pointe aux Roches, where it was just a cliff face. It is actually a beach here. And there it is. The worst thing about this, genuinely for me, well, it's not the worst thing. The worst thing is the loss of life of 3,000 Allied troops and countless German troops. I'm sure there is a number somewhere for the number of German troops, but I'll be honest, I don't know it. But the big shame, I guess, is that it does look to be an absolutely stunning beach where I would happily spend a summer's day quite comfortably, and where I have spent some summer days recently. Oh, I was not here obviously, but it is a place that I would spend a summer's day. So easy, guys. These are the landing beaches. So Dover in England is about 250 k's that way. I'm sorry there. Southampton about 180 that way. Bournemouth 170. So Utah is where we were this morning. We've made our way around and we've gotten to Omaha now. We're not visiting Gold, Juno or Sword on this trip. It's already long enough, arguably, and a lot of feels involved with it. That's certainly for sure. And goes without saying, I think. But yeah, stunning place where some not so stunning things happen, unfortunately. But such is the world. Guys, have a look at this. These are all individual graves. All the people that died in these operations here in France. It's actually quite similar to, well, if anybody knows me, I did a series like this when I did New York, and I went to Washington DC and went over to Virginia, and it feels really quite similar to that with the white crosses. Yeah, she's full on. She is very full on. And again, you think of the ages of some of these young men. You know, they would have been younger than me, most of them. I feel like 33, you would have been up in the more senior ranks by that point. Maybe not, but I feel like you would have been. And yeah. I don't think I actually showed you the front of that monument. I think I just walked you through it. So we'll just head back around this way, and plus the arrow does say this way as well, so it kind of works out. I would have loved just a fair bit more time to wander around the cemetery. As you know, cemeteries do get to me, and sometimes it can just take me a wee while just to process everything that I'm seeing and just the enormity of the situation, of the number of people that are here, their ages, their families, how they must have felt. You know, there's such a wide array of emotions that would come through a person that has any tie to anybody here, or anybody who's laid here. Oh yeah, I almost walked past it again. This in Battle Shore portal of freedom is forever hallowed by the ideals, the valor and the sacrifices of our fellow countrymen. That's quite a cool saying as well, really, isn't it? But right now, we've got 18 minutes to get back to the bus. But I really need to use the bathroom, so I'm off to do that, and then I'll head back to the bus, at which point we'll make our way back to Paddy, and I will probably go to bed. I'm not gonna lie, I'm hoping to have a wee nap on the bus, just to make sure that I am in bed early enough to get up early enough tomorrow, but we'll see how we get on. Au revoir for now. Sorry, I just saw spotted some people looking at this as I was walking past, and it is actually quite cool enough for me to stop and invite you guys to have a look. So this is a time capsule that's due to be open June 6, 2044. That includes all of the news reports of June 6, 1944, which is of course when D-Day hit, and obviously when Americans hit these shores. So that would be fascinating to see when it's opened up in 2044, don't you think? I'm sure there's still a whole heap that have been kept, but I get the feeling that it would be quite interesting to see those as well. Oh, by the way, that's in memory of Dwight D. Eisenhower as well, who I know, and Eisenhower became president of America. I'm pretty sure it's Dwight, but I could be wrong. I know some things about American politics and American history, but not everything. And again, I'm not actually from America, so probably even less than a lot of Americans, to be fair. But yeah, onwards to the bathroom, and then to the bus, and then Paddy. The Eiffel Tower at 9 PM, guys. It's not quite as sparkly as the toys make it out to be, is it? Not quite that much, but still amazing.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, they got there for one take. Oh, I'm gonna get moving. Nice to meet you.
Hey.
That's your pleasure. Hold on, I'll get there.
Take care, man. A
And you.
pleasure.
To be fair, that's not a bad not a bad backdrop to do that for. Just doing a few takes of that there, but so I did record another part on this bit, but the camera was not looking good, so I've re-recorded it, and just as I started recording it, the tower started going, so that took a little bit of precedence, I think, on that one. I think that's sort of fair enough, I think, too. But we have just finished our tour of Normandy and the D-Day beaches and everything else around there. Beyond fascinating, it has to be said. Absolutely wonderful. John was a good guide. Again, the only downside was a lot of Americans who obviously believe that nobody else exists. And we've just had a whole bunch of French people turn up out of nowhere. That was unexpected. But so I've made the decision to forego public transport to get back to the hostel. So it'll be get back to the hostel, pack, sleep, pretty much straight away. I did get a decent nap on the bus on the way back, maybe another 2 hours or so, but only 2 hours, which should allow me to get a good amount of rest as well. That is the plan anyway, so we'll see if that works. If not, then I'm going to be sleeping most of the day once I get back to London, which I don't really want to do. I've got plans, man. Plans that won't actually involve the camera, I'm afraid, because I will not be allowed it where I'm going. I think I told you guys I've got a swingers party run by the lovely people at the Bed Hoppers. If you don't know the Bed Hoppers, type it into Google, type it into Spotify, type it into wherever you like, and you'll come across the Bed Hoppers podcast. They are wonderful people who do a great job on the podcast, and it's also run by the Wanderlust Swingers. I think they've got the Wanderlust podcast now. It used to be Swinging Down Under, but that should be a great time as well. So obviously I want to be fresh for that. I don't really want to be sleeping the day before it. But so on this one, I've decided on walking back instead of catching the train back, which is almost about an hour's difference in time, purely so that I can grab something else to eat. Yeah, that's how sort of tight it is until tomorrow morning after I get to the train station. So we're about the time when I get to the train station, really. We shall see. I'm not sure what time my money actually does come in. I've never actually worked it out, and I'm sure that it differs each time, actually, if I'm completely honest. So it doesn't really matter anyway. But so I just dropped the brochure from the cider place, which is somewhat important to me at this point, because I do really want to see if I can order that stuff online, because it was beyond delicious. But yeah, I'm gonna walk home, get packed up and ready, have some sleep, and then head to Gare du Nord tomorrow morning to catch the Eurostar to London. See you then.